I'm Sauda.
I'm Duane, and this is another episode of All Things After the Ring. And guess what?
We're moving.
Yeah, right now we're in one of the locations we're considering, a place called Harmony, Florida. And with all major decisions we make, we try to align with what God is saying to us and get some extra research and reading to help us along this decision-making journey.
And so lately we've been reading a book, Win the Day, by Mark Batterson. We've read a few of his books. And we just listened to a sermon about Fly the Kite. And maybe we can kind of think through the major points that he shared and see if it applies to the decisions we need to make about moving.
Yeah. So the 3 points he made to bring you up to speed is to set a start date, dream big but start small, and to make sure the days count the days. And so, which of those kind of resonate with you?
Well, I think one of them is to dream big but start small. So this is a pretty big move for us. I think you've lived in Chicago how long?
How old am I? All my life.
Oh, your life, yes. And since we've been married, we've only lived in one place. And so this is a major move. It's a major move for our kids, but it's an exciting move that we get to dream about just creating a different life, a different pace of living. So I think dream big and starting small is like we have this big dream of building this house and building a house that my mom can also have a space in, but we have to figure out first steps in getting the money. So I think we need to start there.
Yeah. And I think what resonated with me was count the days so that the days will count. And we know the scripture tells us, Lord, teach us to number our days so we can gain a heart of wisdom. And so as we kind of map out from now until the time we arrive in our new location, it's kind of important to kind of segment out the tasks that we need to do each day as far as, scouting the land, deciding on a lender, deciding on different home decisions, and also aligning things up from where we are currently to where we need to be. And just to be wise in tracking and measuring and maintaining the pace so we can get to where we ultimately need to get in order so we can live in harmony.
Yes. And then I guess I'm also wondering when we think about what Mark was talking about, and one of the points I remember he said about, when we are dreaming big, that it's about also impacting the future, that we're not just dreaming big for ourselves, but that when we dream big, it'll be like we want to think about our grandchildren or other generations that'll be impacted by the decisions we make. And just wondering, like, as we think about it, like, how are our kids going to be impacted by this decision? How will our grandchildren be impacted? What is the story that we want to be told about us? So what do you think that story is?
Right. Well, the story I don't want told is I was comfortable and familiar, so I stayed where I was. So I want a story that we're not afraid to be adventurous. We're not afraid to take calculated and wise risk to improve situations for ourselves, but also for the community of people around us. So I want our story to be that we're daring, courageous difference makers for ourselves, our God, and for other people.
Yeah. And I think it leads us to the third point, which is actually he said first, which is creating a start date. So I think this is a great start date. we can start today.
Yes.
Creating this plan. So hopefully you'll join us on this journey as we create a plan for our big move to Florida.
So again, I'm Duane.
And I'm Sauda.
And we thank you for joining us for another episode of All Things After the Ring. Take care.